Super Review Show for this 50th anniversary edition episode of Trekkies. That's right, guys. Right here on the Super Review Show, we're going to talk the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, what it's like now that we're now boldly going where no man has gone before in this franchise. And this is the August this is the August episode of Trekkies. This is our 13th episode. We've now done this for over a year and a half now, guys. Go us, you and me. We've done this together. That's right, people. Go us. I digress, though. This episode is going to be no news. It's just to mainly focus on the fact that we've now hit 50 years of Star Trek. Well, this is truly, how to describe it? Star Trek has been in my family for a very long time. So, when my grandmother and my grandfather had my aunt, back in this, I don't want to say when, but she was old enough, she was about 5 or 6 or 7 when the original series was on. She said, Mommy, I always want to see the zoom, the Starship Enterprise going across the screen. So, she loves Star Trek, and she's loved it ever since because she grew up with it, and it was one of those things. Her dad, my grandfather, loves the original series, and because he was a big sci-fi nut. He was a kid in the 50s. He grew up with all that. My dad, my father himself, he actually said, a little embarrassing for him, but he actually went, when he was like 5 or 6, he was actually Spock for Halloween. So my family has a history of loving Star Trek, guys. It was one of those things on TV that really changed our lives forever. And now, here we are, all of us, my grandfather, my aunt, my dad, me, we're all sitting down watching Star Trek now at 50 years of this thing. Yes, we've lost a lot of the cast members. We lost a few main cast members. William Shatner's still going great. But I just want to say that Star Trek has played a massive role in my life, and I look at Star Trek like this. It's a sci-fi show that can become a reality. When you really think about it, look, and if you look at the design of the ship, at the time it was based on like a submarine warfare type of thing because it's called the Enterprise, and the Enterprise was a World War II ship, where that was that design. But it wasn't like a Buck Rogers where it just goes up and then it lands on its tail. No. It actually looked different. It looked like an actual crew could stay on it. It looked like you could actually have a lot of the stuff they had in the show, aside from the aliens and stuff, was close to becoming like you could see something like this happen, where the engines are in the rear, you have the legs that hold it up, the ending of it, or the back of it. You have the hull, and then you have the disc, the radar disc, if you will. Not the radar disc, but the disc, and then you have the whole ship, and the whole design of the ship. And the point I'm trying to get at is the whole design of the ship is that this ship looks like it honestly does look like it could legitimately be a real life ship, and to see that on TV at the time, and also let's not forget, this show was a very progressive show. A lot of people forget that it dealt with racism, which was a big thing at the time, with the civil rights. It dealt with It dealt with problems. It dealt with, but they were doing it in a sci-fi way, and that was Gene Roddenberry's way of looking back at the viewer saying, you could change yourself and change your way of the future if you really want it. But that show, and plus Star Trek was really the first time a convention really came together. Like Star Trek was back in the first, I don't remember the date offhand, but I think in the early 70s, like 71, 72, when a year or two after the show got canceled, someone said, you know what, I'm going to have a Star Trek convention in a library in New Jersey. It was the first Star Trek ever. They expected 20 people or 300 people. Over like 2,000 or 3,000 showed up. So that just really shows something right there. But another thing you got to look at is it was the first of its kind to really have pop culture impact, where people dress up as the characters they love. People dress up as this. They go to conventions. They actually a lot of stuff, because this one show had such an impact on so many people. It was just like, wow, look at that. That could be us, And Gene Roddenberry, what a guy. I was fortunate enough to hear that I did a little research. His ashes, actually, they cremated him when he died, and they actually sent some of his stuff, his ashes, up on one of the shuttles into space because of his work on Star Trek. He was just he envisioned the future like this, and for a lot of people, this is the way the future looks to a lot of us. Some of us, a lot of futures are very bleak. Like Terminator's bleak, Planet of the Apes is bleak, or like the apes rule the world, the machines rule the world. But no, Star Trek is about us going in the future. Star Trek is about us going into the future, but boldly going where no man has gone forth. There's a lot more meaning to that than you would think, and all this stuff, right? So Star Trek overall, I look at it as Star Trek technology can be reality. Like the flip phone is no longer a flip phone. We actually have phones now that are not even flip. The flip phone is now extinct, and that was something they had in Star Trek. Go ahead, Commander. Like all this stuff, and the amount of Star Trek memes that came out of the Gorn episode alone. Let's put it that way. And racism, war, all this stuff, right? Like between the Federation and the Klingons, that was like a stab at like the United States and Vietnam. Like all this stuff. It was such a progressive show, guys. And the fact that show has now turned 50 years old as of this coming month, September. This is incredible, guys. And like, if a lot of you guys are wondering why is it late up? Why are you putting the August episode up in September? Well, because I forgot to do it personally. I feel really bad, so I had to do it. There you go. But anyways, that will do it for that. But anyways, please leave all your thoughts on Star Trek in the comment section of this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And thank you for sticking up with Trekkies for as long as you guys have. Please spread the word, share this video, let everyone know what's going on over here at Super Review Show. The fact that we have now we have the first ever Star Trek show on YouTube. I'm very proud that I started something. But yeah, so there's that. So please leave all your thoughts on Star Trek's 50th anniversary in the comment section of this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But for all of your Star Trek and Trekkies episodes, as well as Marvel updates, DC, whatever the case may be, keep it locked on the Super Review Show. J-Man, off to work. Live long and prosper, people. Happy 50th.